All right, good afternoon, cyber traders. Welcome on back here this Monday afternoon, December 18th. As I clear the frog from my throat, great to see Leda still with us here, Grant, Bill, and all of our students and members alike just a moment ago. Had Brian included with them, so great to see all of them joining us right now. Great to have all of us back otherwise in social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, etc. Perhaps coming off of Bookmap's YouTube channel, joining us right now for the first time. I got the hot tag from Fausto early this morning, needed to tag in for him. He was scheduled to do a nice webinar workshop on Bookmap's YouTube channel. So that's what I did. I just came off that right now. And, it was a great webinar. Went through a lot of different features of Bookmap of level 4, as we nickname it here. But, if you're just joining us there from that event, welcome on aboard right now. So without further ado, let's dig into it. So PBLA pushing up right now, up like 200, God knows how many percent. Obviously, we're going to put this on our watch list to begin. I mean, why do I say obviously? Well, it's at the highs of the day. It's got a very liquid order book, the way that you're seeing level 3 right there on the right side. So, I mean, that right there just kind of checks out for me. It's similar to a degree, not all the way, but to a degree like the C4 stock. So, PBLA for what it's worth, we'll definitely put on our watch list, see if this can keep going. 150, you would really want to see build out to be big support going into the next 20, 30 minutes. So that means it may dip underneath that price soon enough here, shake around at a small amount. Hey, the more it can lay over that price there over time, then you need to see it move up higher. And that's where you kind of go from that point. So, yeah, PBLA, I'll put that on our list here to begin. But, I'll tell you otherwise, we had our hands in a few different, trades earlier today. I mean, there wasn't too much that was really cooking right now outside of this one. So what we'll just do is recap at least a couple that did move from earlier, which is number 2 on the gainers list if I were to go from top to bottom. IVVD. Uh-oh. I can tell my platform's really slow right there, loading that one up. But, hey, the stock from shortly after the market opened up, took off, broke out over resistance at 230, moved up like, nearly double in price basically at that point. And, hey, from there, normally 10:15, 10:30, we typically see stocks begin to lose their momentum or we just flat out reverse. I mean, it's easy to look back on a trade like Uber from earlier today and say, hey, this ended up pulling back, reversing back down pretty much right at 10:30. You can't guarantee 10:30 head on literally every time, but it's generally speaking, around 10:15, 10:30. You should look to expect a lack of momentum or just a shakedown reversal. So this one pretty much did it a little bit beforehand, hit the high of the day, but then the lower high pretty much right at 10:30. It's only been down since. So all right, let's keep going. The BMRA stock from earlier today made a really good push, but then afterwards, market opened up, it pulled back. That's not really too surprising. Had a bounce after, and it looked good for a little bit. I didn't take part in this myself, but it got very choppy after, like it did from pre-market here. Uh, with that said, it didn't make a lower low. It didn't drag back down to the low here. So, with that said, maybe we can put this on our watch list one more time. Now it definitely seems like 165 is becoming that price to watch. Earlier today, we had our eyes on like 163, 160. Yeah, it was like 163 here from pre-market. So over time, that level is still basically held, but just we're now going to move that up a couple pennies looking at how strong this has been since. So, what, BMRA, I'll add it back to our list here. Hopefully, can make the higher high here coming up. We keep it going. Oh man, another push on LQR, huh? LQR from even like Wednesday last week, I think it started to get going. Wednesday, Thursday, then Friday dipped a little bit. Yep, and then now today just breaking much higher here, breaking over 3, now basically near 4. Pretty much same deal, right? It's hard to ignore this type of trade right now. I feel like I wouldn't be doing my job if I skipped over it. Just pulled back pretty hard here. So if it was going to keep dropping or if it was going to lay near the low there, then I wouldn't be as kind to put it on our watch list. But it's bouncing back up as we're talking. So if we're saying, hey, for the next 80 minutes, 85 minutes of our day, is it possible for this to go higher? Well, it's a pretty good start. Nice retracement back up there after that ugly shake. Zim V. I think there's Zim and then there's Zim V. So I don't know if they're related to one another. Zim integrated shipping, which we traded from Wednesday and or from Thursday and Friday last week, and then Zim V. I guess they're completely different companies here. This one actually popping up to make a new HOD as we're talking, but the issue on this is the liquidity. Not a fan of that. CUEN, I could tell, has popped and dropped already. Just the daily chart loaded up there first. ZVSA, nice little move up actually since like 12:30 in the afternoon. Just, I feel like this type of trade could fall off even quicker than the others. I'll come back to it if I need to. You had IVVD from earlier. Now you got ICCT. Anyone suffering from trader's dyslexia like myself, I bet you messed that one up. I say that because I did. Uh, yeah, this one still kind of just up and down sideways a bit here. Not really doing too much of note. All right, so that will take us to the crypto stocks, the crypto, Bitcoin mining, stocks like that. Cannon's up the most percentage-wise, I think, today, but Mara has been a machine. Mara, and then obviously CLSK, which, more of the last 2 weeks has really been one of the better ones. Popped at the open. It's actually not looking as good just yet compared to the other two. So Mara, you had CLSK. Obviously, Riot goes with Mara more traditionally. Coinbase, yeah, Coinbase floating up pretty nicely today too, up like 3.7%. But in terms of the ones that are up the most and the ones that look the best, let's keep shuffling through here. A couple of the other crypto stocks for right now. You got BTBT, you got Bitfarms. This is not looking good. BKKT, Pass. You got HUT here, if I'm not mistaken, HUT. This one's looking pretty decent. Wow. I mean, they had to have done a reverse stock split, no? Yeah, they definitely did. 100% did a reverse split. Okay, so that threw me off for a moment looking at the price. But yeah, HUT actually is up a lot percentage-wise, still has a good order book. So I could group that with Mara at least. MARA, you got the Canon trade, CAN. It's going to be hard to pass up on those for now, so I'll add them. You know my stance on the crypto stocks, generally speaking, this time of the day, folks. If you are Leda, Kathleen, Bill, Grant, Michael, any one of our students routinely here with us, you know the deal on these crypto stocks. I'm going to add them. But you know the deal. So, what was it? It was Mara, it was Canon, and then that last one, it was the HUT trade, right? HUT. Writing this down right now. Okay, cool. X buyout. We're not going to trade that. There's HUT anyway, number 21 to be exact on the gainer side there. All right. So, I mean, there's probably a lot more that's up a percentage, right? A certain amount here on the day. Just if there's anything looking good moving upward, not looking like this. If there's a stock actually moving upward the last 15, 30 minutes, please let me know. Have a good list already. I'm gonna just hop over to the loser side right now. S&P was breaking new highs just before, so I don't know. I don't know how much we're gonna find on the loser side that's like name brand, but I gotta do my job. All right, so just to kind of get this here, let's see what we got. GPCR, that is garbage. LNTH down 26%, $56 stock. It has a little trend, lower highs, lower lows up until 1:30 this afternoon, but just I don't have a great need for it right now. Order book bad. And I'll tell you what, I mean, again, it might look lazy just the way I go through it, but I could tell you there's not much that's tempting me here at this point. GOTU from last week. Not today. Maybe tomorrow if you see it up 5-6% pre-market. Actually, if there's a trend upward on it, then you call it out. But this is a dead trade here. All right. So what do we got here, folks? We got from Bill and Larry. We got a bunch of us. Cool. What do we got? Go from top to bottom, actually. How about this? From top to bottom. Chuck first. AFRM. Yeah. looking really nice, actually. Just not up a whole lot percentage wise, but like that doesn't really matter when you have a chart looking that good, especially with the order book. So Upstart's not moving as good. Don't focus on Upstart just yet. But if you were to, look at these here so far, like the loan lending companies, AFRM, definitely good call from Chuck. And if I were to tag one with it, SoFi, right? Let's just keep going through. Let's just see what else we got here first. Brian with Rivian, which of course, Rivian from last week we were trading, definitely smashing higher right now, not from just today, but from obviously Friday last week. So, I can group Rivian with Affirm and SoFi. Larry seconding Brian's pick there with Rivian. All right. I don't see much else, which is fine, which actually leads me to actually add everything that we just spoke about on our list. Let's just check out Benzinga one last time. PBLA already on our list. BMRA is trying. That's already on our list. And yeah, I like the others there so far. It might look a little large of a watch list right here so far this afternoon, but we'll go SoFi, Rivian, and Affirm, and that is going to call it. You know what I'm going to say next, folks, especially with what we have on our watch list. We got easily enough, like 4 stocks from this watch list are on my personal side list. There is literally no need to go anywhere else. As I've been flapping my gums right now, this BMRA trade starting to break out again. There we go. Start and stick with the list. Going to give you the best chance to make money at least going into 3:30, and then at that time, or at least a little bit beforehand, I'll be back on the mic myself, and perhaps there could be a nice trade after 3 o'clock, 3:15, 3:30 that will be worth watching, that we'll scan for. But hey, hope that you folks were able to get in on this trade, at least if you were quick enough off 165 level. That thing just blew the roof off that place there. Now, next is $2. So let's see the same happen off the whole number, and then we'll go from there, folks. All right. So, hey, if you're joining us on YouTube, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, etc., hey, join us inside our live trading room. Just scan that QR code on the top left if you're fancy with your phone, with your camera. If not, just go right down to the link on the green banner scrolling on the bottom below, just ctu.co/trial. But, otherwise, hey, if you're not subscribed just yet, if you're new to this channel, then, hey, no need to dive into the deep end of the pool just yet inside our trading room, but just follow us. Follow us, hit that subscribe button, bell at Cyber Trading You, just so you know when we're going live, when we're not. We are here each and every day, my friends. So, hey, I will be back on officially at 3 p.m. in about 15, 20 minutes for students like Brian, Leda, Sam, Bill, Larry, etc. Look forward to seeing you folks there. All right. I'll talk to everybody soon.